I'm Triana Levy, and I chose to plan the Christmas party as my final for Intro to Management. I chose to plan the Christmas party because I majored in communications and I like to talk and socialize with people, and I like to coordinate events and make flyers and logos, and I really like the challenge of uniting the employees from both New Wave and Hot Wave together. So the stipulations I was given was $10,000 was set aside for the Christmas party. There's 50 employees that are each allowed to bring one guest. It's allowed to be 4 hours, and it's not allowed to be on company property. So this is a detailed list of my expenses, and I chose to go to Top Golf. So we had to rent out 17 bays for 100 people, and each bay is $314.12, and that comes with a tray of food and drinks, non-alcoholic drinks. And then the total price for that comes out to be $5,340.04. And then I have the alcohol tab as the next thing on the list, and that comes out to be $1,200, which is so cheap kind of because I'm only paying for the first round of drinks. I'm not paying for the alcoholic drinks for all night. That's on them, on the employees if they want to keep drinking after that. And then the party favors, which are Arctic cups, which you'll see later on in the presentation, and they come in cases of 30, so I needed 4 of those, and those each come out to be $356.75, and multiply that by 4, and that comes out to $1,427. And then there's 2 Arctic coolers that will be raffled off at the end of the night, and those are each $199.99, which comes out to be $399.98. And those are both off of the Arctic website. And then I had the emergency fund set aside, which is $1,000 just in case there's any last minute expenses or additions that I need to add in. And then there's 5 $100 gift cards that will be purchased from Lowe's, but they'll be to various places. So that brings my budget to $9,867.02. So most of the money will go toward the venue and food, which I found to line up really well with my primary research because 52% said they would like to see the most money spent on food and alcohol at a party. So this is my budget broken up into percentages. So as you can see, the most expensive thing is Top Golf bays and food, which is 54%. And then the next expensive thing is the party favors at 15%. And then the alcohol tab at 12%, the emergency fund at 10%, and then the gift cards at 5%, and the Arctic coolers at 4%. So my budget lines up pretty well with what my primary research found. So this is the date and location. We'll be on January 9th to avoid family gatherings and holiday festivities. And it will be at Top Golf because I found that's like a really unique and fun option for people to go to right now, and it has the option to drink there if you're 21. And then the flyer will be emailed and posted around the office because 47.62% said multiple emails is the best invitation and reminder. So I chose to just make a flyer, and we'll just email that out like the month before a couple times just to keep everybody in the loop. And 28.5% said that word of mouth was the best way, so I didn't really find it necessary to print out invitations. And as you can see on the flyer, it will be at Top Golf in Westchester, and it'll be from 6 to 10 p.m. So this is my primary research that I conducted, and 21 people were surveyed. They were all currently employed. It was on SurveyMonkey, and it lasted 1 week. So the first question was, when would be the best time for a company Christmas party? And 76% said December. And so according to this, it didn't really line up with what I was finding on my secondary research. So I still chose to have it in January, but it's still pretty close to Christmas just to kind of go along with both sets of information that I found through my research. And then the second question was, how would you prefer to have the Christmas party? And 57% said Top Golf and dinner. And so when I did my survey, I still wasn't really sure what I was doing yet, and this kind of solidified that I would just do Top Golf and dinner provided there. And then the third question was, should alcohol be provided if during non-business hours? And 76% said yes. So I am still paying for some alcohol, but not all of it for the night. And the fourth question was, where would you like to see the most money spent? And 52% said food and alcohol, and 42% said party favors and gifts. And so that lines up really well because that's the two highest expenses on my budget. And then the fifth question is, what is the best way for you to get to know new people? And 47% said having meaningful conversations, and 43% said partaking in activities together. So this is kind of where my icebreaker game came into play, because it'll kind of loosen people up and let them get to know each other a little bit through some fun competition. And so hopefully that'll kind of spark some conversations after that. And then the sixth question is, what is the best way for you to be invited to a party? And 47% said multiple emails. So as I already stated, that we're just doing email flyers instead of hanging them up and wasting the money on printing them out. So that saved a lot of money towards my budget. And then 7 was, should a party have a schedule of the activities for the night? And 42% said it should have a tentative schedule. So I have a really loose base schedule from when the employees will arrive to when they leave, and the coolers will be raffled off. So these are the giveaways and party favors. So the 2 coolers on the right will be raffled off at the end of the night, and they'll get their ticket when they sign in using like a barcode. And that'll go, once they scan that, it'll go into a Google form, and then it'll just be randomly selected off of there. 2 people will be, and that's who will win the coolers. And then the cups on the right are the party favors, which will have the logo that I created on it, and everybody will get one of those along with their guests. And that's it.